Welcome back, adventurers, once again to Let's Play Biohazard 2 Real Survival. We're not done just yet. In the last episode, we fought against the hulking monstrosity known as Mr. X not once but on two separate occasions. Both times Leon managed to persevere without too much difficulty. However, if he continues to impede our progress, chances of actually standing against him could actually decrease over time. Because although we're well equipped to deal with zombies and lickers, dealing with a tyrant every step of the way is actually going to be incredibly draining on our resources. However, we have managed to escape with our prize intact, the gold cogwheel, which we are certainly going to put to good use. I believe there is one final floor of the police station that we have yet to fully explore, and that is the third floor, one level above us. And so that will appear to be our next destination. We do have two of the four chest sewer plugs that we need to actually leave into the sewers proper. We'll need to find the other two, but I'm sure we'll do that in small order. Hopefully we don't have any nasty surprises along the way. Now, since I am still doing this on Real Survival, I'm going to have to get the other plug, which is downstairs in the west, not the west office, but the west area on the first floor. And which means I'll leave the shotgun shells for now. So don't really have that many of them, to be honest, but hopefully we'll come across some more as our journey continues. And just once again taking in the ambience that is the Raccoon City Police Department. Of course, Leon will have to say farewell to this place, especially since he arrived to work here as his career choice, but unfortunately things haven't really turned out that well for him, which is very unfortunate. Take it in while you can, Leon, because there is the very real possibility that we are never coming back to this place. Hopefully that's going to be a good thing rather than a bad thing. No intruders breaking in from the outside, which is very important. Always making sure that no uninvited guests. Probably should have left Marvin alive as during Claire's scenario, but there's really nothing we can do about that. Also, I must remember to return for those when we finally make our escape from the precinct. Stay a little bit of backtracking there, but we will be moving to the third floor as soon as possible. Hopefully we don't run into any lickers along the way. As I keep pointing out, this is still real survival. It's not going to be easy. Never is. But we do have some breathing time along the way. But that will change once we actually make it into the sewers. Deposit the rook plug, exchange for the shotgun shells just in case. Now we can finally make our way through the library to the third floor, because that's the only way to actually, now I think about it, I just realized that, might just pay to put a couple of items back in the item box for the moment, because I don't really have any inventory space, given the fact that Claire has the side pack. Don't really need the Magnum at the moment, so we'll deposit the Magnum for the time being. Got plenty of handgun ammunition, so that's always a good thing. Of course, if we had a rocket launcher, we could actually put Mr. X down for good, but we're not going to be finding one of those lying around anytime soon. Biohazard is can be very unforgiving in that regard, and Biohazard 2 is no exception. Back into the room that I still don't really care for, much as I enjoy libraries. Not very much a fan of the precinct library. I don't know. There's just something off about it. We never really examined these shelves here, which appear to be on some sort of track. There's a switch to slide these shelves from left to right. And nothing happened. We're going to have to do something about that. Thus, it's a good reason. It's a good thing I put away those my Magnum equipment for now. I believe that's the door to the third floor, but we want to continue exploring along here. None of the books appear to be useful, which is very unfortunate, but there is a gap in the balcony that Leon can use to climb down. It's going to be a good thing, so let's just get into position here and see if we can't... Oh! Sorry about that. Seems that that floor was a bit worn, but at least we're down here. Though someone's put tables blocking this entrance here. I'm not exactly sure why this area was barricaded, but in front of us is a bronze plate with a picture on it. We've seen that picture before. In fact, this appears to be a miniature replica of the portrait and shelves that we saw not too long ago. Though the shelves appear to be in a very specific configuration, with 2 shelves on either side and 2 shelves directly in the middle. That isn't really the clue for the puzzle so much as the actual solution. Yeah. Once again, Biohazard 2, not really known for its puzzles. Of course, I'm real talking here, which I do apologize. Never really should really get back into the ambience and atmosphere of Biohazard 2. I wish I'd done that more during Claire's story, but oh well. Anyway, the solution to the puzzle was just to slide the 2 leftmost shelves to the right. And now they're in position, and giving us our next item. A 3rd plug, which we really need, otherwise we can't get out of this place. And it's the bishop plug. 3 down, 1 more plug to find, and I'm pretty sure we're going to find it in the clock tower. I'm almost certain that we're going to find it in the clock tower. So, back up we go and violate Chief Iron's edict on the clock tower, since he reprimanded anyone for even daring to step foot in it. No sign of any liquors, no sounds of anything. So, and there's not a pile of ammunition lying around, which is very unfortunate. I have to wonder that the police station might have actually made for a very interesting museum back in its heyday. But those are thoughts for another time. Right now we need to escape. Escape is our only option at this point. Unfortunately, it seems that the mechanism for the clock tower, at least here, is broken, and we can't do anything with it. That's very unfortunate. Nothing peculiar except for a bunch of tools on the shelf. No rusted gear. 2 of them, in fact. But this is what we want, the square hole. We shall use the crank to access another part. To access the upper part of the clock tower. And it is definitely ominously quiet up here. Can't even hear the zombies. And just noticed that there is a bell just above us there. You can see the lower half of it. Yeah. We're going to be putting that to good use. This appears to be the back of the clock face in question, and there is a red switch, so we're going to push it. And unfortunately, nothing happened. That's because it's missing a part. A part which we do need to use it, because it is the part that we need. Power source for the clock. The gears are clean. Oh, it's over here. It's standing slightly in the wrong place. Looks like a switch. Activating it means that the clock is now working properly. And opening a secret compartment just nearby, giving us the final plug, the night plug. An old dust suit. Will you jump down? I'm hesitant to do that, because jumping down without knowing where it leads is going to ultimately be a bad thing. Jumping down without herbs and extra equipment is also going to be a bad thing. But we can make our way back to the secretary's office and finally put those sewer plugs to good use. Again, very reminiscent of the, I was going to say very reminiscent of the Crest puzzle in from the original Biohazard. Not that Leon has any notion whatsoever of that particular fact. Of course, as all this is going on, Claire and Sherry will be undoubtedly making their escape. Although they have dangers of their own that they will inevitably run into, as we very well know if you've watched my episodes of Claire's story. The king plug and the rook plug. That's all of our inventory filled up. But there's there's really nothing more we can do about this, but tempted to take the Magnum and the tempted to take the Magnum and the shotgun with me. Given the fact that probably going down that dust chute is definitely definitely going to be an ill omen of sorts, but we actually do have no choice but to press on. We're going to have to use those plugs sooner rather than later. So back to the 3rd floor we go. So bit of a gamble on my part, but it's a risk that I'm just going to have to take. It's all getting a bit tense, really. Given the fact that I'm going to have to go through the spiders again in order to actually make it to the sewer entrance. And who's to bet that Mr. X isn't going to be waiting for me conveniently at the 11th hour? Because that's the way he rolls. We're not free of him yet. Yeah, we are far from safe from Mr. X's wrath. Fortunately, he's not waiting to ambush us here in the clock tower. He could be ambushing us downstairs. Yeah, for all we know, we might end up dropping down into a horde of zombies, which is never a good sign, but well, fortune favors the bold and the brave, as they say, or as I'm paraphrasing, but 7 shotgun shells and 18 magnum bullets. We might be able to pull through this. At least I hope. So, here goes nothing. Geronimo, as they say.
No! Get away! No! But
that sounded like Ben Bertolucci. And that was Ben Bertolucci. We need to go and help him, but yeah. Well, we as I said, we're pretty much ready for anything, but I think we're a bit too late. I don't think we're going to make it.
Ben! Ben! Can you still hear me? Come on, answer! Damn! I don't believe this. I almost got the story. Oh, Ben. Bitter irony. The chief of police, a co-conspirator. Get that scum. Make him pay. Hang in there, Ben.
Leon.
And that was the life of Ben Budaluki, journalist extraordinaire. Fortunately, Ada's back, which is good. But now it's time to read just exactly what it was that Ben Budaluki had in his possession this whole time. Mail to the Chief. To Mr. Brian Irons, Chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. We've lost the Mansion Lab facility due to the actions of the renegade operative Albert Wesker. Fortunately, his interference will have no lasting effects upon our continued virus research. Our only present concern is the presence of the remaining STARS members, Redfield, Valentine, Burton, Chambers, and Vickers. If it comes to light that the STARS have any evidence as to the activities of our research, dispose of them in such a manner that would appear to be purely accidental. Continue to monitor their progress and make certain their knowledge does not go public. Annette will continue to be your contact throughout this affair. William Birkin. To Mr. Brian Irons, Chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. I have deposited the amount of $10,000 to the account for your services this term as per our agreement. The development of the G-virus scheduled to replace the T-virus is near completion. Once completed, I am certain that I will be appointed to be a member of the Executive Board for Umbrella Incorporated. It is imperative that we proceed with extreme caution. Redfield and the remaining STARS members are still attempting to uncover information on the project. Continue to monitor their activities and block all attempts to investigate the underground research facilities. William Birkin. To Mr. Brian Irons, Chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. We have a problem. I have received information informing me that Umbrella HQ has sent spies to recover my research on the G-virus. There are a number of unknown agents involved. They must not be allowed to take this project away from me as it represents my entire life's work. Search the city thoroughly for any suspicious persons. Detain any such individuals by whatever means deemed necessary and contact me immediately through an ad. With these precautions, any possible threat should be eliminated. I will not allow anyone to steal my work on the G-virus, not even Umbrella. William Birkin. The mail to the chief has been filed. Well, it seemed that Ben Budaluki actually knew more about the G-virus than we did, but yeah. Unfortunately for Ben, it seems that his only big scoop was that Police Chief Brian Irons was conspiring with the Umbrella Corporation, covering up the mansion incident and discrediting the STARS to boot. But that's actually really not anything spectacular, that is to say, that's not anything that we didn't already know beforehand. Unfortunately, Ben Budaluki will not be around to uncover any more scoops concerning Umbrella and the G-virus. But I believe that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Biohazard 2 Real Survival. And when we return, adventurers, we're going to brave our way out of the sewers at any cost. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.